Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to teach you how to create depth in your drawings by adding a background, a middle ground, and a foreground. So let's do it.
Let me ask you a question. Do your pictures often look like this, where you have a strip of blue sky at the top and a strip of green grass at the bottom? Well, today I'm going to show you a way to add depth into your paintings and your pictures that you draw. So, in order to do that, you need to know a few new words. There's background, middle ground, and foreground. Now, to explain this a little bit better, I'm going to show you a picture. So here's a picture that I found of two girls playing in a boat in a park. So you have to look at the picture and think, what is the stuff in the picture that is the furthest away? Now, if you look, the trees back there are small, even though in real life they're as big as these trees up front. Because they are further away, they're smaller. That means they're in the background. Okay, the sky is also in the background. Even though it looks white here, it would be blue. And then there's something called a middle ground. A middle ground is the stuff that's not all the way in the back, but not all the way in the front. That would be like this tree, and then the grass over here. And the stuff in the foreground would be this boat with the girls, the balloon, and this like sheet in the boat, okay? So let me show you another picture, a cartoon that's a little bit easier to see. So the background, what is the stuff that is furthest away? That would be the sky and the clouds. And you see, it's not just at the top, it makes its way down almost half the page. What else is in the background? That tree is in the background too. Same with that. It is behind the stuff in the front. Now, the middle ground would be the stuff in the middle, okay? It's not these kids that are up close. It's these kids that are a bit further away, but not as far as the sky. So you have this hill, then you have these kids, the swing set, and the slide. That is the middle ground. The foreground is the stuff or the people that are the closest, and that usually tends to be down at the base of your page. Okay, background is usually close to the top and middle. Middle ground is at the middle of the page, and the foreground is at the bottom of the page. Okay, and so this can just add a bit more depth to your painting and it will, or your picture, and it will also create a lot more detail, a lot more space for adding detail. Okay, so here's one more picture. Again, we have the sky that's always in the background, those bushes, then the middle ground is the stuff that's the second thing that's furthest away, this little playscape here. And you see, it looks like even though these kids are on top of the other kids in the photo, they're not actually on top. You can tell they're just further away, even though they're actually placed on top of the page, the bottom, the middle, the top. Okay, do you see how that works? So now we're gonna draw a picture doing the same kind of thing. Okay. So I think a playground is something we all know and love. We're pretty familiar with what they look like. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna start with a pencil just so we can map out where we want these things. Okay, so maybe you're playing out in the schoolyard and that's what you wanna draw, but you're way out in the schoolyard, and in the background is your school. So let's draw the background. We're gonna draw your school, and because the school is in the background, it's gonna be small. So here's a rectangle. And it doesn't have to be crazy detailed. You can do that. Maybe you can just draw another like side building, like maybe here's the gym. Okay, and you're gonna go like that. You need doors. You know, all of those windows. Maybe we can just do long windows. Okay, for each classroom. Maybe this part has windows just at the top and the bottom, the first floor and the second floor. Okay, and maybe there's the flag in front of your school, right? Our Canadian flag. Just do a little leaf there. And maybe there's even people outside the school, okay? And you could just do stick people if you want. Okay, you can add 3D shapes if you want to make it a bit more elaborate. Okay, maybe there's kids playing further back there. And then you can pick where you want the background to end. So the school has to be sitting on some ground. So we're just gonna draw the ground, and it's gonna be a little bit behind the school. So we're not gonna put the ground right at the base here. It will kind of make the school look like it's on a cliff. So you wanna draw the ground slightly behind, so above the bottom of the school, okay? Then you can always draw your sun. You can draw some clouds, some birds in the sky if you want. Maybe there's trees in the background in your schoolyard. Okay. And I'm just doing it very quick just to show you. Okay, and you can always erase some of these little bits. Okay, and maybe there's kids playing back here. Maybe the playground is back here too. So let's draw maybe some swings. And because the kids playing here are a little bit closer to the bottom of this page, they're gonna be a little bit bigger than the ones that are way back here. Okay, so keep that in mind. So these kids are on the swings. I'm not doing too much detail, so that's because I don't want to bore you with all the detail. Okay, so these guys are playing on the swings, and they're a little bit bigger than the ones that are way back there. And then maybe what you want to draw is you and your friends in the sandbox, and the sandbox is the closest thing. It is in the foreground. So let's draw. I'm going to draw me as a kid because I think it might be a little odd for me to be playing in the sand as an adult. Maybe I have a ponytail, my neck, and t-shirt. I'm going to be holding a bucket because we're in the sand. There's a mound of sand in there, okay? Maybe I'm kneeling down. Okay, and now I need a face. Little L for my nose, a backwards L. A smile. We could just do 2 little dots for my eyes if you want. Some eyelashes. And I need to be playing with a friend. So I'm gonna draw a boy. Maybe he has curly hair. Maybe he has a shovel. Okay. Okay, you need a face too. Okay, now I need to draw the sandbox because we're in the sandbox. But remember, we don't need to just draw a line at the bottom. We're in the sandbox, and part of the sandbox is behind us. So I'm gonna have the sandbox come up by our shoulders, and then down, and then in front of us because we're in it. Okay, maybe we'll have some wood around the sandbox. Like that. Okay, we can draw little sand mounds. Like that. And you can always add much more detail to your pictures, maybe a slide or whatever, maybe kids running and playing tag in the background, maybe flowers blooming, whatever you want, okay? But just try in your next picture that you make to make a background, a middle ground, and a foreground. And then once you're done sketching it all out, you can go over it with your marker and color it in and make it big, bold, and bright.
Thank you all so much for watching my video. I really hope you liked it and I hope you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram for more. Have a great day, guys. Bye.